It's the renaissance of the Cajun cooks. So today, the Cajun cook is back, and I am preparing shrimp boulettes. A shrimp boulette is a ball, and it looks like a meatball, only it's prepared with shrimp. And this was a dish that my grandmother prepared, especially during seasonal times, the holidays, and I always enjoyed shrimp boulettes. I am going to prepare shrimp boulettes with a remoulade sauce. And, of course, the Cajun cook always pairs with local wines. So, let's get to the kitchen and start cooking. So welcome to the kitchen of the Cajun cook. And we're cooking shrimp boulettes. And I am cooking shrimp boulettes as an appetizer. This will start the evening. And what a way to get started with shrimp boulettes. So here are the ingredients for shrimp boulettes. You need 1 pound of medium-sized shrimp, peeled and deveined, and be certain that you're using the grind feature on your food processor. You would also need half of a large onion, 1 stalk of celery, 1 clove of garlic, parsley and green onions to your liking, and again, you're going to grind them very finely in your food processor. The texture should be very, very mushy. And then, of course, you're going to add some Cajun spices. So I have a half a teaspoon of my Cajun spice mix, and I've added 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, and 2 teaspoons of hot sauce. Pick whichever brand you like. And then we're going to throw in maybe a half a cup of breadcrumbs and 1 egg. So let's mix our ingredients together and start putting together our shrimp boulettes. Let's start mixing our ingredients. So my pound of medium shrimp, and remember I use the grind feature on my food processor. My onions, celery, garlic, green onions, and some parsley. And then here I come with my Cajun seasonings. There we go. And of course, you can adjust seasonings to your level of taste. So this is not going to be a 5-alarm recipe, but if you want to add some more Cajun seasonings or hot sauce, go for it. Some recipes call for a tablespoon of hot sauce. That might be a little too hot if you're having guests over and they don't like spicy food, so I've toned this down quite a bit, but add more if you want. I'm going in with my Worcestershire sauce, my hot sauce, I'm going to give that a mix. And you want to use folding motions with this. I'm going to fold your ingredients together. Okay. And let's do a couple turns of cracked pepper. I'm going to salt this before I cook it because salt has a tendency to sweat the ingredients and we don't want this watery. So before I form the shrimp balls, I'm going to add the salt, but not now. And I'll explain why in a minute. So if I've blended in my cracked pepper, here comes my binders, egg, and a little bit of breadcrumbs. I may not use the whole half cup. and kind of go by feel. I think this needs a little more breadcrumbs. Use plain, not Italian, unless you're Italian and you like that Italian seasoning mix, but I'm leaving that out. All right, so this is blended. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes to let it set. So that's why I'm not putting in the salt, because when you add salt with onions and celery and the shrimp, it's going to get wet. And we're going to be frying this in some hot oil. We don't want wet boulettes. So I'm going to stick these in the fridge for a while, take a break, come back, I'll roll these up, and we'll start frying.
1, 2, 3, go.
So this is the texture and consistency of the mix, and I'm putting this in the refrigerator so it can set for about 20 minutes. And notice, this isn't wet, which is why I am not adding salt now, but I will be adding salt before I fry them. Welcome back to the kitchen. I'm forming the boulettes, and I'm using a cookie scoop, and you can see they're already form a nice, small, almost like a meatball, and I'm just passing a little bit of flour over them like this, and this will make about 30 boulettes. I'm heating up some oil, and we'll be frying these up in a couple of minutes. All right, so my shrimp boulettes are formed, and now I am heating 48 fluid ounces of peanut oil, about 4 inches of oil. This needs to get up to 375 degrees. When the oil is ready, they're going to be fried for about 5 minutes, and we'll be ready to eat some shrimp boulettes with remoulade sauce. All right, so my peanut oil is up to 375, and it's time to start frying up the shrimp boulettes. And drop these in one at a time. There we go. And they're going to fry for about 5 minutes. Now we're back in the dining room, and let's have some shrimp boulettes. So I'm starting this dish, I'm serving it as an appetizer. I've cooked my boulettes for about 5 minutes at oil brought up to 375 degrees, not very long at all. And I've got some lemon slices. Let's talk about local wines. Yes, we always have to have wine with food, especially Cajun food. So there are various options here. Vidal Blanc, I got this from Two Twisted Posts in Loudoun County, would be very good, nice and fruity, aromatic. Capstone Vineyards Sauvignon Blanc. This is not a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, more like a Sancerre style, lots of body, and would go very well with the shrimp boulettes. Petit Manseng is a grape that I'm really excited about these days, and there are two options here that I have. One is from Early Mountain Vineyards. It includes a blend of 2% Sauvignon Blanc, so it provides that lively palate that you would get from this one from Capstone. And then from Walsh Family Wine, we have Petit Manseng as well. And I'm having a glass of Petit Manseng here. So the Cajun has cooked. If you have found this video informative, maybe you've tried shrimp boulettes, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Leave some comments, let me know what you think. And if you're not from this area, if you're not from the Virginia, D.C. area, many of these wineries will ship to your state. So look it up, check out these wonderful wines from Virginia, and I'm hungry. Cheers from the Cajun Cook. So if you are not from the DC, Virginia area, but you're interested in Virginia wines, check out my wine blog, Virginia Wine Time. And if you're in the area or outside of the area and you're visiting, visit these lovely wineries and mention Virginia Wine Time sent you because the Cajun Cook prepared shrimp boulettes and suggested these wines. Cheers.